Hi to everyone. Today I have an amazing guest and very interesting person with us, and we will talk about how to find the right woman after divorce, after you went through divorce. And first of all, I let Ani to tell more about herself, about her expertise.
Hi, Elena. Was very nice to meet you and pleasure to be here with you. So I'm Ani. I'm divorce relationship coach, psychologist, and author of my first book, which is called "You Are Enough." And I'm by my work is I'm helping women and men to rebuild after the divorce, not in the middle, not in
Mhm.
the beginning, after the divorce, when you have already been left with a mixed emotion and breaking nerve system. So that's
Mhm.
who I am.
Thank you. And let's go straight to the topic and talk about the how women feel after the divorce and what's important to go through before they go into a dating stage again. Because some people tend to jump into new relationships or look for new relationships immediately. We even get some calls sometimes to the agency, and women now, men asking, "Oh, I'm thinking about divorce with my husband now. Can I join your agency?" Of course, we say no, take time. But what you say as a divorce coach?
As I say on the beginning, like after divorce, your nerve system is just starving to start something new or something warm, the connection, and which makes you feel alive again. Like the relationship broke, the divorce, the I'm end of the divorce, and now what? The questions, now what? I'm alone again. So it feels like for the men that they like to prove themselves again. I found her when they go early in the relationship and like fulfill them ego. Yeah, it's a time like I can heal a lot. And the other thing is there is a three type of men as I'm seeing on my practice. So the first man is the one which is when the divorce or relationships end, he's already start searching for the next woman, just to, as I say, fulfilling his ego or the way that he feel loneliness. The second one is the one before the divorce or relationship happen, he already have a plan B or backup, and we call cheaters. That's the second one. So they already have a plan B when they were
Mm-hmm.
still exiting the relationship. The third one, the one I prefer and I like, is the men which are taking the time to heal or taking the time to see who they are, what they want. They don't want, every man says, I don't want to repeat the same mistake, or I don't want a woman same or similar or close to my ex, which is actually most people does. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the three types of the men I'm seeing on
Mm-hmm.
my practice. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not on all about the men's, we as women choose in the same way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We are more emotional on that level. Men's are less emotional, but we reacting with emotion. For
Mm-hmm.
us, fulfillment is not the ego, is emotion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I read many times that women, when they decide to leave, they do it
Yeah,
because they love, they're in emotions, they want a new life with another man. Then they decide to leave if they are in second category and have backup plan. But as for
yes,
men, from what I see in my practice, talking to men, and then I check the statistics, it says the same that men usually. No, not initiators of divorce. Usually, women are initiators. So many men can have affairs all the time or many years together with
yeah,
marriage. but they don't want usually to divorce. As for women, it's different. If they are in love, they are ready for everything. What can you say from your practice and experience?
I can say this pattern start to change.
Mm-hmm.
The pattern I'm seeing through my clients, a men start exiting or leaving the partners. And the last interesting I have, it was a conversation with actually friend, not my client. He was just saying, I just I take a break. And now I'm not anymore with my wife. And I was like, what? Like taking a break for, I think we grow together. So we're not looking in the same way. I mean, there we go. The pattern is just start broken. I mean, the men are start reversing. There was not anymore like I want to be in the relationship
Mm-hmm.
and having a mistress,
Mm-hmm.
or in the happy marriage on having a mistress. Some still does, and that's many years back. That's absolutely normal. As wife, you need to feel your duty. As wife, we're saying you just staying behind the scene. He has something, but he's always gonna back to you at home. But now the pattern is just totally start changing. The main scene, if let's say some of my clients say, I'm not happy, she's giving me only headache. The success man are not there looking for extra headache than they have it in the business, uh, and with the business matters and the partners and the friends. So if your
Mm-hmm.
woman is just another level of giving you stress, so
Yeah,
why we should stay on that relationship.
and there is also some information as for from psychology that after some relationships, every person needs some time alone to understand, to think over this experience that he or she had in previous relationship, to
Yeah.
feel great alone, and only that go to dates again. And at the same time, I also read one book about these things, and they say it's different for men and women. When usually men feel separated and ready for relationship only when he's physically separated from a woman. So usually men need this time. But as for women, they say, according to research, if emotionally inside the marriage, woman already felt alone and already felt separated, and by the
Yeah.
moment when she leaves, she can already go into a new relationship and be happy. What do you think?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it was the same as you say was the my next question even. But you know what I was noticing? The men start choosing like the attraction and chemistry over the compatibility.
Mm-hmm.
So, like when men's are hurt or not, like you say, no heal enough, not take his time to heal.
Mm-hmm.
So they choosing by attractive woman, or how beautiful she, how smart she is. They choosing the attraction and chemistry over the compatibility. But you doesn't even know how that woman is gonna fit your schedule, busy schedule and your life and stuff like this. So that's I'm noticing in the men. The women's are totally opposite. We are, yes, we going for the like chemistry, how it looks, but the women in the first meeting, she's looking how nice and kind this person is. For example, pull the chair to sit in table, bring the flowers. She noticing the little things. Than the men is opposite. That's what you say from the beginning. That's my opinion, um, by my clients and my friends, and seeing how that works. And also, sometimes they choosing, they trying to choose opposite than them exes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like they was like, I'm not gonna go again for the same woman, pretty but empty, or The different ways they perceive in us, the different ways, like, well, she could looks like any far from pretty, but she is attractive. Then for the women is again totally opposite than how for us attraction is in a different level than emotional level
It's
of it.
exactly what I notice in my practice as well, because I have a lot of great women in my base, and when I recommend some matches to my clients, I tell about this woman is like that, this woman is like that. But first of all, men always look at the pictures. That's why we teach our ladies, please
Yes,
give
yes.
you give your best pictures, because when man sees a lot of profiles, or few profiles, and he can see a lot of beautiful women online, also modified with AI, Photoshop, and so on. So the expectations are quite high. And if you put just usual picture and another woman put a professional photo, and even if this woman is less attractive than you, she will win the attention because of just her pictures being very bright, because men are visual, and they don't read profile immediately. They
Exactly.
first look at the pictures, and only then they listen to my recommendations and read profiles.
Attraction is attraction. The men's are mostly attraction, how you look like. And the other things I noticed it when you're saying the successful men are chosen by how much you spend on you or
Mm-hmm.
how you look like. Like you have money to go for the professional photo shoot, you have money to do your hair, you have money for your nails. So that woman is a kind of different high level. So I can go with her in society and present it.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if you need, let's say, to pick up 20 years old, which is just entering the world. She have no idea of the etiquettes and how to stand. I'm not saying everyone's, but some success men, I can break here a bit the patterns and the taboos, which is saying the very rich and attractive man are looking for the young women. That's not true.
Yeah,
That's
so
not true.
this trend is changing now, and they say that now men appreciate intelligence, also being able to support the conversation. And when I was studying psychology, we also touched this topic, big age
Yeah.
gap, and we were told by our teacher in the professor at universities that usually it's not the norm. This
Mm.
way, usually men are struggling with their some inside conflicts. They try not to get to feel young again, but it's impossible. But it's also bad for a woman in a long perspective. If it's just transactional relationship, let's say she's giving her use, he's giving her his money, connections for some time. Everyone is aware about it. It can be okay for some time, but usually these couples divorce then, and they woman has her own life further, and man is left alone, or just living just separate life. There are
Yeah.
still happy couples, it seems, from social media. We can see them with big age gap, but usually I don't recommend it to my clients. When they come with such preferences, I explain about pluses, advantages, and disadvantages, and it's only their choice. I say that if you want someone young, be ready, very young, 20 years younger, 30 years younger, should be very generous, very giving as for material things, because no
Yeah.
one of any woman comes to us with the wish to find someone of your father's age. It's not natural, usually.
Yeah.
It can happen because of, as you told, the attitude of a man, if he's caring, woman, so on and so on. She can open up and go to this relationship, but usually the women don't come with such preference. I want someone 20 years older, yeah, older. No
Yeah.
one.
I the other things I noticing as well is Elena, when so many people and myths, when I hear the myths, she is a gold digger. She is looking for this. Do you have a gold to be digging?
Uh-huh, right.
I mean, do you have it? What do you mean she is a gold digger? Men's are provider and the head of the family. What do you mean she is a gold digger? Is she is not a cleaner, a mother of your children, and supporter, and your psychologist? That's the four things in one. Are you not a gold digger when you hear these things?
Hmm.
I mean, I don't like when a calling women she's a gold digger. About what? The man in society is a person providing. So if you
Mm-hmm.
want to be with intelligent woman, the woman which knows exactly her spot, calling her she's about after my money, then okay, leave alone with your money
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
yeah.
doesn't have anyone. There is a one night stand this call, so you can surround yourself with. But this kind of etiquette, so the women like she's a gold digger. No, she's not a gold digger. She's having a high stance, and she
Mm-hmm.
know her boundaries and she know where she stand for. Same
Mm-hmm.
related to the man, related to the young one which you just mentioned. Some of them are looking for a very easy life, and there we go, sugar mommy, the one success. Oh, I can travel around the world with her, she can provide it and stuff. I this perfectly okay. For me it's
Mm-hmm.
perfectly okay. Some women we see it, which is a famous on the social media, they are bloggers and everything. We seen how they say, look, I have my partner is 30 years old and I'm happy to provide. That's perfectly fine, but again,
Mm-hmm.
this same related to the gold digging.
Yeah,
So
but
are you gold digging on it?
there are different stories after about it, because sometimes I agree that maybe you heard, I don't know if you are aware, but there is a lot of information that Russian Ukrainian women are gold diggers, because it actually happened some time ago on the websites where women talked and just tried to get money and gifts from men, and some men really paid a lot of it. They were like, especially American men, they are very um, trustworthy, and they don't sometimes can't even imagine which schemes can be invited by people invented. So they were surprised that some women are really, and in fact, they really had only the one goal to get money, and that's it. It's just a scam. And also, sometimes I hear some stories from the agencies, and met one woman like that in our agency some time ago, and 3 days after meeting a man online, she asks him to buy her a Cartier ring for 10,000 euro. It's insane, and it looks like a gold digger, and any adequate man, he would reject it. It's just crazy. Sounds crazy. But on the other hand, as you told, there can be men, usually men who don't have much. They're usually the most complaining about gold diggers, materialistic women, and so on and so on. But usually these men
Yes.
don't have much to give. I mean, not only material things, but also they are not very emotional, not very kind, not very generous. So on the one hand, there can be one such women, but at the same time, there are such men who don't have anything to give, but they complain a lot about such women. And in Russian language, maybe you know, there is such term, funny term now, like тарелочницы. This is the
Yes, I
women
know.
who go just to eat to a restaurant. And sometimes men also tell me about it, why they do it. They want to eat for from if I pay and so on. But I also suggest my clients and women, also, if you don't know the person well enough, I mean, not from my agency, but when people meet in my agency, first of all, they talk online, they already feel if they have interest to each other. But if you met someone on Tinder or somehow else, somehow yeah, else, you can go just for a cup of coffee, because it's also your time, yeah, of time of a woman. Because
Exactly.
sometimes you can meet in my own dating practice, you could see sometimes men, and in 10 minutes you understand you want to leave. So why would you go to a restaurant with him and should stand him for 1 hour while you are eating? If you can go just for a coffee, say him goodbye if you don't like him, and it will be polite. And if you like him, you can just meet the next time in the restaurant. So I also call women to appreciate their time, and it's not worth it to spend 1 hour of your time for 30 euro dish with a person you don't like.
And even it's not 1 hour, Elena, because
Maybe.
she have only 2 hours to prepare, to put her
Yeah, yeah.
nice makeup, nice clothes, driving or no, she needs to go to the restaurant. So there we go, 4 hours from her day is just to prepare for the dinner and then to go and then with the dinner. And this is effort she made it. And we all aware how the men are preparing quick. not like the
Mm-hmm.
women with the makeup, with the choosing three different dress, and the end you end up with the fourth one. And that's effort. Those days start to be rewarding one. Like most women like me, for example, if I need to go on a date, I'm not going to spend that much time. I mean, texting, it's over to see the person. But as you say, like you preparing that much for half an hour or 1 hour dinner with the 30, you wouldn't be calling after that gold digger just because there's no chemistry, there's nothing which you can, attract to this person.
Mm-hmm.
Those days, the dating website is kind of difficult because you texting and you ghost. I had a client which you say, I was having a three different dating profiles, and they texting me and they ghosting me. They're even not saying hi again. And she's
Mm-hmm.
showing it to me. Look, this is something which I'm not doing right. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, no, no, no. It's not about you not doing right. This is how the dating sites
Work.
are working. So
Yeah.
those days, people start seeing like they want to gather together, like to see each other, to see if there is any chemistry to go for, more talk. Because let's be honest here, face to face talk is not the like when you see on the camera, or
Yeah.
your emotion are different,
Yes.
because you can start blushing a bit as women,
Mm-hmm.
as same as you see the man. So you see the emotion on this person,
Yeah.
how she handled the emotion, and if she is emotional stable.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and
Actually,
this fact I also noticed with our online speed dating events because I have the base of men and women, and when we work in personalized matchmaking, we send clients profiles of prospective candidates, and clients approve who they want to meet. Then we talk with the candidate if they also have interest, and if there is mutual interest, we introduce people to each other over Zoom. Uh, and sometimes there were some ladies not so popular in this type. They were not, how would I say, not many men felt interest to meet them. But when they came to dating event online, these girls got a lot of interest. So because the men could see the real themselves, them were able to talk to them, to feel the vibe. And these ladies after the event, many men messaged me, I want to meet her, I want to meet her. And I was surprised because her pictures, her profiles didn't give the same effect.
as yes, that's what I'm saying. Those days start to be like we start rewarding more to seeing each other. Like even texting behind the scene can be perfect. Now copy paste from ChatGPT, you are a perfect one with the answers. But when you meet each other, even the camera sometimes is not that really relevant. But once, to feel the vibes, if you feel the vibes that I want to connect to this woman, then there we go. But that's face to face, and calls are more works those days, let's say. And so many women's, so many men's, and even the women's, those days are looking for emotional available men's and
Yeah,
women's.
yeah, agree.
Like
And
the emotional available is the first stage of, like, you
mhm,
growed your ex, what happened, don't overshare so much about your
mhm.
previous relationship, because she doesn't need to know what
Yeah, yeah,
happened.
yeah. I
That's
wanted
go
to
past.
talk more about it with you because can you suggest maybe you have some exact exercise, psychological exercise or approach how to overcome the past experience that was bad? Because again, sometimes men and both men and women can bring a bad experience to a new relationship, and even to the agency when they come to us, they can start like 90% of time what they don't want in relationships. And oh, my ex did that, did that, did, and when you go to a date and do this, it's usually not attracting a new partner to you, but making this person to run away. So, how to overcome this experience, and when a person is ready for new dates, how what are the signs of it?
Yeah, so I'm gonna start with how to overcome.
Mhm.
So once the relationship or divorce happens, for me personally, you start working on yourself. When I'm saying working on yourself, I'm not saying staying home alone and listen only the friends, because the friends are bad influencer. So the friends loves you, but they don't see your relationship, what happens. So I'm always saying seek for professional help, professionals like the coaches, like divorce coach, the relationship coach, the dating coach. That's the people can give you the overview of
Mhm.
how you start. That's you investing on you, you investing on how to overcome all this, how to now carry on the experience you had on the past, because you always remember when the things finish, you remember always in your brains came, I can say as a psychologist, the first things came, the beautiful moment you share with this person. And these moments are always repeating, no matter you are in the next step, you have in another relationship. These moments are repeating, but you need to be healed on that stage in your life where you cannot compare them. Like, yeah, I remember that days was same with her, because sometimes splitting that word, we had it the same, we travel, we like to go on the beach and stuff like this. So my advice is men's and women's and everyone, 6 months at least is the full healing period, even though some people taking longer than this, and it's okay. For me is 1 year is the good healing time for the men and women, but 6 months is the minimum of you giving to yourself first to know who you are, what you want in the life, not what you want in the relationship, what you want in the life, to feel comfortable with yourself, to feel comfortable to be alone, to go out with the friends, to stay home with no one, just the music and watching something on Netflix, to feel yourself, to fulfill this loneliness, to say to yourself, I'm not lonely. I'm not lonely. I'm on the like in the middle of this. I'm just figuring out my life, and I'm always advising write the journal. The
Mhm.
journal is the most important. Like write it what, for example, how you feel today. I feel conscious a bit. I feel this. The weather is nice. I just want to go for a run or for a walk, and just start writing the small things which makes you happy, and in the
Mhm.
end of the month just have a go back each page every single day and read it what you say. I mean,
Mhm.
how do you feel today? That's how you start, like learning about yourself, who you are, what you love in yourself. When you start loving yourself and know who you are and put your boundaries, we not talk about I'm not gonna go back, I'm not gonna choose the same as like my ex. No, once you love you for who you are, I'm
Mhm.
saying, like deeply love yourself with your mistakes, with your learns, with your so many doubts of I can be a better or can be a this and that. No, when you love yourself, you're fully ready. But to reach this stage of loving yourself is a long process.
Mhm.
And the minimum is 6 months. But I'm saying the 1 year is the good one. Travel with the friends, enjoy the life. And in the meantime, you're gonna meet the someone. Or
Mhm.
if you don't meet the someone, that means you're still not ready.
You know
Continue.
what I hear from my clients, men, both men and women, especially when they are in mature age. Usually, their friends are already married by this time, so they can't spend all their free time with their friends because friends are married. They have family time and family preferences as for hobbies. And these people, men and women, they work hard. They don't want, my clients at least, they don't like nightlife and going to bars, nightclubs. They don't like meeting people this way. And many of my clients are
Same as
introverts.
me.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I find it very frustrating and very exhausting to go to in the night when I want to sleep. Then the next day is deteriorated. In the bars, you can meet only usually only drunk people. So, what is the
Also,
point?
I'm calling the like broken one. You know, I'm giving sometimes advice. Sorry, I was
Mhm.
stops you here. Don't choose a dress for 300 pounds to go in a club, which means usually like arguing about the bill, not arguing about the stocks in the market. So don't
Mhm.
spend 300 pounds in a dress which is not going to be rewarded.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, and
And
the
they,
clubs are
mhm.
just the broken one. I'm sorry. Maybe in some, clubs there is someone, but the clubs those days, even I have it experience. One of my friends, she had a birthday. We've been to the club. I feel drained after that. I was like, oh my God, I'm not old, but the way the music, the people enjoying, like, it's not my world anymore. When you
Mhm.
reach one stage of your life, you know where you are. When with other friend we attend like the cocktail conversation party, like in a very nice environment, in like 20 stores. We have a really nice sky bar here, and people just having a conversation. There is a music, they can dance next to the table. I feel more comfortable in this kind of environment than
Mhm.
the club, boozing knocking
Yeah.
next to me, and people just very close, and you can't even dance because they are pushing you
Yeah.
left and right. And I was like,
Yeah, I mean, for such people, sometimes they have such a schedule, busy with life, with children, with career, with healthy lifestyle, and they just don't have places to meet the right person. Many of them don't want to have romance at workplace, and then it's a good
which is
option
wrong.
to go to go to a matchmaker. I mean that maybe sometimes even person is ready, he still can't meet someone right because to meet someone, to choose someone right, as I joke a little bit about it, you should have make casting, not to go into relationship with any man who paid attention to you, but you need to meet several men to understand how you feel about them, who is better for you, not to go just with anyone who appeared in 1 year in your life, right?
Yes, yes, and saying how beautiful you are. Even your neighbor saying how beautiful you are. Why you not dating him?
Yeah. I see it again with my clients, ladies. They are single for a lot of time. If they don't have a lot of attention from men, they can fall in love just online on Facebook, writing to each other for 1 year and considering they are in a relationship. So I think it's important while you are open to create opportunities to meet new people. Because as for gatherings, social gatherings like these brunch, interesting cocktails parties, usually there are more, at least in here in Bulgaria where I live now, there are more women, 100% women visiting these events, not men.
By the way, same in England, same in
Ah,
England. As
okay.
I'm seeing, same in England. I've never attended, I've not
Mhm.
been, but I'm seeing it is a lot of women. The
Yeah.
interest is more come from the
Maybe
women.
we are more sociable, we seek for connections, but as for men, when you mentioned their problem on dating sites, this is what men tell me. And this Tinder and other applications, that they influence their self-esteem because they say the same. I go to Tinder and I have two messages from women. What happens? So what is wrong with me? But as for women, when we go to their application, we have 10,000 likes, a lot of messages, and when we open it, we just lazy to answer because too many messages. You can't have a meaningful conversation with every man, right? And
Yes,
everyone
yes.
has quite good pictures, quite good description. And when you have a lot of choice, you just, as for me, for example, you open and you are lazy to answer and you close this app. That's it.
Yes, yes, and there we where he come in, because I'm seeing in around my business environment, the people which I am talking to, the events I'm attending. So there is a lot of single and unmarried people. So what I'm seeing, they not spending a time going in a dating apps. Neither me. I'm not in a dating apps. Uh, but they are most for example, wanted to spend money to a matchmaker, to a dating coach. So they wanted to be educated. For example, kind of course they pass and they go on a next level to meet the right person, which is very okay. So for me, your job now is more important, or meeting people, because people those days start seeking for this social gathering, to
Mhm.
get together, to have this visibility, to conversation. I think that this dating apps is gonna go fall down. I mean, not for everyone. Don't get me wrong. Some people are there only for fun, and
Yeah.
that's absolutely fine. But people which is ready for a next step should go, as you say, matchmaking men's. Like, you can't go with everyone which is saying you're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You are, you know that.
Thank you.
Everyone's are beautiful. But let's don't rely on you are beautiful. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we need, as I'm saying, you need to have strategic and boundaries. You need to know which path or which stage on your life you are. You're
Mm-hmm.
ready for what? For something casual, for something long term, or lifetime partner. People doesn't think that three words is the same. They are not absolutely the same.
Mm-hmm.
Not the same.
Annie, and we are going soon to finish our
Yes.
conversation. And I have a question. If you could give a man three rules how to choose the right woman after the divorce, what would they be, these rules?
So I can say the three question they can think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And the first is, does she have her own emotional world?
Mm-hmm.
Or did she have already her emotion sorted out, or emotional baggage?
Mm-hmm.
That's what is her own emotional world. And does she handle the conflict like an adult, not a growing girl?
Mm-hmm.
Because the life is not only the roses and wine. The life has when we go on the rocky road, say a big stones appears. So does she handle the conflict as an adult,
Mm-hmm.
not as an ungrown girl? And the other one, do you feel like more yourself around her, or less? Like, how do you feel yourself around that woman?
Mm-hmm.
Is that any vibes you catch? We not talk about the red flags and the rest. We talk about how you feel around this girl. Is she something gathering inside you? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel so good when I see her smile, her smiley eyes. So how do you feel? That's actually, if I reverse it, I can put this first. How do you feel around her?
Mm-hmm.
There
Mm-hmm.
is anything that makes you like thinking about her, wanted to see her again? And I
Mm-hmm.
can say and finish our conversation that we not choosing someone just to dating. We choosing the environments where we can grow together, in emotional, financial, and the love level. That's how we need to choose, because those all three things are came together. The
Mm-hmm.
love, only if you are in love, you can't survive. You
Mm-hmm.
need to support this person in any level. And compatibility, when it came here to compatibility, I'm not saying you need to like the same things and stuff, no, but to have mature things which you like together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which, for example, I like to walk in silent, just holding your hand and walk. Perfect. I love this. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you need to relax your mind. And to finish, I can say, choose with your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Don't choose with your brain. The brain is always giving you a wrong signal of the right or wrong women. The brain is always getting If this gonna work? Is she same as my ex? Or what is next? Don't choose with your heart, or this how you feel around her.
Mm-hmm. Agree with you fully about this last question, because as matchmakers, we also give this advice. The first advice is just to feel with your gut feeling how it is to be around her and how you feel after communication with her, uplifted, happy, or tension and some conflict inside. So it's very important to listen to your heart. Thank you,
Yes,
Ani,
yes.
a lot for this conversation. And I hope maybe next time we will talk about something else, some other interesting topic.
Yes, we definitely will start making the more and more and talk about the relationship and modern days, because now the relationship is totally slide than how we know it and many years back, let's say, even is not the same from the last year.
Yeah. Thank you a lot. And so we
You're
finish
very
our
welcome. You're very welcome, Elena. And nice to speak to you.